about to have high hopes for a living because I don't think this is gonna work. Movie magic. I really hope that worked. Welcome part 2 of trying pixel art. So as promised, this is the second part of my pixel art exploration video. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but what about a pixel? In the last video, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it because otherwise this will make sense, but maybe not as much. In the first video, I decided to try pixel art after playing the best game ever, Unpacking, available on the PlayStation Network. After playing the game, I was heavily inspired and really wanted to try out pixel art, which I have never done before, which I know is hard to believe. I went through the process of watching some tutorials, learning how to do the basics. I made a thrilling 3D circular object and then a super cute space bear. And now I would like to level up, so to speak, and try something harder. I discussed trying out an isometric room, which is essentially just a room that is drawn 2D, but it's meant to look like it has some dimension. There are tons and tons of cute examples on the interwebs. Here are just a few. Mine is not going to be elaborate or particularly skilled. It's going to be one of those don't look at it too closely type things, but from afar, it's lovely. I'm going to make sort of like a bedroom, but have random elements from it, like some actual things from my office, including my cup of paintbrushes, bagushka, of course, and the little egg carton mushrooms that I made in another previous video. So I think the way I kind of want to do this is to draw the room first, essentially, like the dimensions of the room. I don't know if a square is necessarily the best way to do this, but I feel like if I'm just sort of trying to draw a corner of the room, like that's fine. I'm so already like confused on the perspective, but I'm going to try to work through that and then get a little base going.
In order to give a diagonal line the appearance of being straight when drawing in pixels, you have to use this stair-stepping method that you see here. So in order to create the classic shape of the isometric room, which essentially is just being viewed as if you're staring into the corner where the two walls meet, I made a wide V with diagonal lines, and then I connected the same shape from the bottom with 2 vertical lines.
I think I want my walls to be green. I don't like that green. Maybe like here. Ooh, I like that. Maybe a little too dark. Okay, that's good.
Gentle reader, she then agonized over the color of the flooring for approximately 5 whole minutes. So here's a quick time lapse of me completing the rest of the base for this room. I do not know why the lines look as straight as someone who's had 4 shots of tequila might walk, but hey, that's where we are.
All right, folks, it's day 3, and let me just tell you, this stuff is not for the faint of heart. I am exhausted, both mentally and handily, but hey, this is what I have so far. It's a room, a room base, and I'm ready to fill it with stuff. So today I am going to go into like full goblin mode, and I'm going to sit on the couch and try to finish this up. The perspective thing is still really tripping me up. It feels like something that I am simply not intelligent enough to grasp, but I'm going to try to learn a little bit more about how these things should fit in a room. Yeah, let's go fill our room with some stuff.
All right, so if you've ever wanted to watch someone struggle in 4K, stick around. I really hate to be the perspective police, but honestly, lock my ass up because this was so hard. Anytime one of these objects had even a smidgen of roundness to it, I was absolutely destroyed by it. This arched window almost killed me. Anyway, after listening to a bunch of Bridgerton covers of popular songs and crying, I started in on the other objects. So shelves, of course, to put all my knickknacks on, a kind of ovular mirror that I thought looked really cute that I wish I actually had. You could see me there for about half a second attempting a couch, but that was gonna happen. I decided to draw some books because we all know I'm a total lit nerd. I added in a little terracotta pot, which I have my IRL pothos in, which I'm obsessed with and have maybe possibly almost killed 3 to 4 times. And also my paintbrush cup, which I have in my office, and some little mushies that I made for one of my very first YouTube videos. And here's another screen grab of me struggling with a round object, this time an embroidery hoop. Though I have to say this one turned out pretty cute, so I can't be too mad. Next, I drew some super cute little artworks on the walls, some string lights, the bed, which took 4 freaking ever. I kept changing the bedding up for some odd reason. A dresser with lots of little knickknacks and stuff on it. Another plant that I actually have. Some headphones, bagushka, a cute snake plant, and then I tried to draw in some filtered light and give it some shadows and some more depth.
The project is done. After checking, it seems that I spent roughly 11 hours on the isometric room, and I'm gonna be honest, roughly 3 of those hours were just spent staring into the void trying to figure out why art is now involving math and why I chose to do this to myself, knowing full well that I can't math. That being said, I had a lot of fun. This was a huge learning experience for me, and I think that the more things that I do outside of my comfort zone, the better an artist I become. Knowing that the final product may not be what I want it to be, but that it opens the door for me to have more experience in that area and eventually maybe get kind of good. In the words of the famous philosopher Jake the Dog,
dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something.
if I could go back in time and give myself any advice concerning this project, I would probably say simplify. The thing that I have taken away from pixel art is that you really have to whittle down what you have in your mind to its most essential information because you're conveying it in itty bitty tiny squares. I'm really quite chuffed with myself. In particular, I am obsessed with the little Easter eggs from my own room because I feel like it just adds the perfect personal touch. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy random bursts of creative energy documented for all to see and possibly later to be regretted by said individual filming them, subscribe, because why not, right? Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. just watched like 2 back-to-back movies about murder spiders and my hair is freaking me out. Welcome to part 2 of Let's Do